All right, this is December 2nd, 2024 portfolio update. And for the first time in a long time, I'm actually happy with our cash position. It's still fairly high, 38%, but we're in a really great position to add to our portfolio. Our largest holding, Regions Finance. Well, I'll go through that here in a moment. But anyway, we're currently at 3.5% for the year, which is already beating last year. So happy about that. As you can see, we're currently in IPG, Interpublic Group, Rogers, Gilead, Enbridge, Coca-Cola, Exelon, Scotts Miracle-Gro, Fastenal, Cisco, Medical Properties Trust, and Regions. We don't have a position right now in Fastenal or Gilead, waiting to get in there. Take a look at our performance. Last month, we were at 748, which is pretty good. Month before that, we're at 1,000. So happy about that. Our numbers are slowly increasing. For the past 10 years, we're still at 7.5%. That's actually dropped just a little bit over the last 12 months, 5.5 over the last 3 years. Almost 7. So hasn't really moved around much. 7.5, 8% is what we've been at now for the past, I think, couple years. Our volatility has crept up just a tiny bit, which is really good. But as you can see, over the last 12 months, volatility is still really low. And so it's a good thing, because what that means is that the portfolio doesn't move around a whole lot. It's pretty much consistent gains every month. You can see the numbers here. There are no negatives in the past 12 months, except for right here in 2022. But for the most part, there's consistent gains. And so that's the reason why the volatility is really low. But the thing with low volatility is that you don't have any large outsized gains, right? So we don't have any large numbers as far as returns per month. Take a look at our chart. You can see when we first started way back here in 2017. So the portfolio started in 2015. And so this is 2017. You see this large outsized gain, and you see over the years, this is 2017, 2018, see another one here in 2021. We have these huge outsized gains here, but over the last really 3 years or so, you can see it's pretty consistent. So like I said, it's a good thing, because with outsized gains comes outsized losses, as you can see here, right? And so that's just how mathematics goes, right? If you're going to have large gains, you're also going to have some large losses. But as you can see, our largest gains are always bigger than our largest losses. So that's a good thing, but definitely want to see that volatility increase just a little bit to get some blips up here in this area will be really nice. All right, let's take a quick look at the portfolio now. So again, IPG is currently where we are. We're just a bit undersized for that area. We did add another 100 shares via short options. So put a little bit of cash in our pocket and then actually got some more shares. We're currently down about 8% on this name. So we'll wait until we get to about 10 to 15% down before we do another financial analysis to determine whether we should buy more shares. But as you can see, the program is calling for us to have a bit more shares than what we currently have. All right, Rogers Communications. Same situation. We actually added another 100 shares, I think over the last month or two. Again, we did that via options, I believe. Not certain about that. But anyway, we are currently down about 20%. So that's a big deal. Really looking forward to doing another financial analysis on this company. I think the last one that we did was maybe a year ago. I was just looking at it. This was September 2024. So no, not quite a year. Matter of fact, only a couple months. So I'm gonna wait on this one. Maybe see another quarter and see what's going on there. Enbridge. This one we actually sold some shares. We had 300, and so we sold 200 shares. Again, this was done through short options. So put some cash in our pockets there. And we're currently up almost 2% on this one. So we'll be looking at potentially replacing this position with a new energy name, Coca-Cola. Um, we are this is a fairly long time holding, currently down 5%, so not enough to add any shares to this position. But it is important to note that we were up more than 10% on this name a month or two ago, and we were able to sell some calls to sell this thing at a profit, and we never quite got there. So we were able to make some money on this position, even though we weren't able to sell any shares. Still collecting those dividends. And as you can see, the share price hasn't moved around much at all. Like I say, only down 5% right now. All right, Exelon. As you can see, we currently have 50 shares. Program is calling for much more than that, 271. We actually do have a standing order to purchase more shares at, I think, $36 and change. As you can see, we're currently down 9%. So we need this stock price to come down just a little bit more in order for us to get 50 more shares. And then that'll allow us to start selling some options around this position. So really looking forward to that. Every day I wake up, I check the stock price, and it's one of these positions that I'm really hoping loses money on the price, which is why I'm really happy about our cash position right now. All right, Scott's America Grow. This one has been up and down for us. So we got into it maybe about a month or so ago, actually sold some shares at a profit, and was able to purchase more shares just maybe like a month later. So bought some shares, sold some shares, bought some shares, and we're currently down about 5%. We're just about flush with this. When program is calling for 36, we have 21. I am more than happy to purchase more shares of this if it comes down far enough for us to do so. All right, Fastenal, another one, same situation. We bought some shares and then sold those shares at a profit. And now we're just waiting for that stock price to come down far enough for us to purchase a new shares in this position. I think right now we're eyeing right about $77. I don't want to wait too long though, so I may get it a bit higher than that, but I would love to get it at 77. All right, Regions Financial. This is our largest holding right now. We currently have 800 shares. Program is only calling for 100. So we are selling options to sell this at a profit. Right now, we're looking at trying to sell 700 shares of Regions Financial. As you can see, we're currently up about 2%. On this particular position. We have an option that ends on December 20th. So every month I've been selling options to sell these shares at a profit. And so we'll continue to do that until we get rid of this position. I don't remember the last analysis I did on Regis Financial, but I do remember distinctly saying that we definitely need to reconsider this position at the $26 price range. And we are at that $26 price range now. So I don't want to do an analysis right now. I'd rather wait until we unload these 700 shares and then take a look at it. All right, Cisco. Program is calling for 46 shares. We have 50. Happy with that. We're currently up about 7% on this position. So not a whole lot to do or say here. If we go past the 10% mark, then I will do an analysis to determine whether or not we ought to sell those shares and maybe get into a different name, or sell the shares for profit and wait for the price to come down to buy at a cheaper rate. Medical Properties Trust, we've been holding this since 2021. It is our worst performing position. It has been for a long time now. But analysis after analysis, I find that fundamentally this stock is undervalued. And so we're holding on to this, still collecting those dividends, which is really great. And we've been selling options like crazy to purchase and, well, yeah, only to purchase, actually. We haven't sold any options to buy, only to purchase. But it's been good for us, right? Because we're able to sell those options, put a little bit of cash in our pocket. And then if the price does not go down far enough, then we keep the money in our pocket and we don't buy more shares. I did actually sell some options to purchase 200 shares. We did purchase the 200 shares, and then the stock price went up to like $5 and something, and then I sold those 200 shares at a profit. And so we'll continue to keep doing something like that. As you can see, the program is only calling for like 600-700 shares, and so we're over allocated on this name. But again, it's something we're going to hold on to as long as those financials stay where they are. All right, and then last but not least, Gilead, same situation as Fastenal and Scotts Miracle-Gro. We purchased some shares of this company, and what happened was the stock price got above $91. Okay, and so we cannot invest in companies whose stock price go beyond $91. So we sold this small position at a profit past that $91 mark. And so now we're just looking to see if the stock price is going to come down far enough for us to purchase more shares. The issue is the stock price it hasn't moved down far enough. And so I don't know what we're going to do here. We're either going to look at possibly purchasing a different company or continuing to wait on this one.